coming today on an off day. Let's see all these faces. Hello. Are you all okay with being on camera?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. Aw. What's your name?
Jonathan.
Lisa.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Dan.
Nice to meet you, Dan. I'm Lisa.
Bill.
Bill. Love the name tag with the train.
Wayne.
Lisa. Nice to meet you. Dwayne?
Wayne.
Wayne?
Yep.
Cuyahoga. I was born in Chagrin Falls.
We were there last summer riding trains.
Wow. Cool. Yeah. In fact, I interviewed a guy, a family friend who had worked on the railroad there for a while and lives right by there. Yeah. Wow. Hi.
I'm Don.
Lisa. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Cool hat. I still need to do that.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Shouldn't miss it.
Ugh. And your name?
I'm Scott.
Nice to meet you, Scott.
Nice to meet you too.
Yay. All right.
That's right.
You just what?
Just sit around and drink beers.
So that's what's really going on here. Oh my gosh.
It looks serious, but it's really
It looks serious. Okay, well, tell me about this
well.
G-gauge
This,
train.
yeah, this is the Apple Valley's large-scale outdoor railroad. It's been here, I believe, about 10 years now, and it's kind of loosely depicts Western North Carolina. So you'll see things like logging operations, mining, townships, and so we're running just some local stuff here. We've got a little mixed train and also a logging train coming up here. I don't remember the gentleman's name,
I don't either.
but recently we had a gentleman come in that he'd had some questions about some things he inherited, and we answered his questions to help him with that. And then didn't see him, and about a month later, he stopped in to give us a locomotive and also to give us this beautiful church building that's up here on the hill. And his father built that either from a kit or from scratch. But we found a spot for it up on the hill, and it looks beautiful. And the logging engine that you just saw go by, that was the one that was donated by this gentleman to us.
Church. You go inside that, you actually see the pews, the pastor, the church members, and the choir work.
You're saying inside that church, there are actual pews?
Yeah, yeah. That was a donation to us, but the individual that built everything in there that you would expect to see in a normal church.
Oh, somebody just got hit.
Yeah, wedding and
Oh, look at that.
That was a real lumber company in the mountains here in western North Carolina. They actually did a lot of work for Vanderbilt's when they owned that property in the mountains. So we actually, if you push that button right there,
Push the button.
push the button. That's the sound of the saw in the sawmill. We have gravel operations, which was very common in western North Carolina in the 1900s.
Are you getting ready to leave too?
What you're hearing is rock crushing. So gravel operations were very common in western North Carolina, and what we have modeled is a gravel plant where they would actually crush the rock and make it into small pieces so that people could use that for their yards or for construction and things like that. Thanks, guys.
Tell me why you're into trains and why you spend time with these guys here every week or however often you come.
You want the truth?
I want the real truth, cold hard truth.
Well, why I'm into trains is because my dad worked on the Pennsylvania Railroad. We lived around Pittsburgh area.
Big railroading state.
Big railroad state. I worked there for 30 some years. So But we were too poor to have trains when I was little. So when I grew up and actually got a job, then I started buying some trains.
That's a lot of people's story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's always been a thing for me. But I enjoy this group because where else are going to find a bunch of old guys who want to sit around and talk trains? So that's what clubs are for.
I like the history associated with this. I do a lot of modeling. It's based on specific prototypes. So so you also get to do the research, go see those railroads, ride some of them. I go out to Durango, go out to Colorado. So I enjoy that aspect, the research, and also just the building of the models.
What is this?
This is a new technology.
New technology.
This is a locomotive that my son did. But it's all 3D printed.
Really?
Yes. That's the state of the technology now. If you can't buy it, you find somebody who knows how to run a computer and you get it printed.
Wow. And have you run it before, or was today going to be the debut?
Well, I've run it a couple times, but I brought it today, probably just for you. But no, it's something. It's a long-term project. He lives in Montana.
I love Montana.
Yeah.
I used to go out there for work a lot.
We ship it back and forth. I do electronics, and then he prints it, and then he's going to paint it for me. So he's much more skilled than I am.
Okay, for me, this is like what it's all about, the like connection. You know, you're like, oh, my son's in Montana, and I used to go out near Livingston and work at a ranch like 6 times a year for years. And
Something you've ever done?
a lot of those train trips you just mentioned, I'm like, ooh,
You're young enough.
it keeps you going to have like something to look forward to, and something new, and something that someone tells you about, and like you're like, oh my gosh, like I got to go to the Hendersonville Train Depot, like that. But this is very interesting.
This is a model of the General Motors Aero Train. That was an attempt by General Motors to create a very fast, cheap method of transportation that was more modern than what the technology was at that point.
And what happened to that?
It was a lousy design.
So it fell flat.
It had an underpowered motor, so when it went west, it had to be pulled up the mountain by another engine. And all the coaches were converted Greyhound buses. They just took Greyhound bus shells and set them on trucks and ran them as passenger coaches. And they had a lousy suspension. They were noisy. And so it didn't last that long. Maybe 8 years or something.
Oh my gosh.
It's just a unique engine. That's something I picked on. I usually work with the steam engines, but this was something challenging.
Well, I'd love to see that go, if possible. If you're up for that. Wow, this carrying case is quite nice. Sorry.
That scale, it's the only one.
This is the only one of
The
a
only
kind.
one.
Okay, you guys heard that. It's the only one. You're seeing it on on my channel here, along with all these wonderful, friendly faces. This is very interesting.
Right.
Tell me your name again.
Don
Dawn, yeah, okay.
Watson.
Don Watson. So, can you basically build anything you want?
Yep. You can create any image you want, as long as you can put it to an iPhone screen. I mean, you can take a picture of someone. All right, I can take a picture of you, and I can run it into this program that automatically fills in, using AI, the rest of you, the back of you. It interprets your hair, it interprets the clothes, and does the back. And what it'll end up doing is printing a 3D image of you.
Action figure. At any size.
Action figure. I like that idea. So yeah, so what about like a train car, the like Train Talk with Lisa train car, and then I draw it, and then I put this image on my phone, and then
No, you put it into the computer.
put it into the computer.
With a lot of talent on how to operate 3D imaging.
There's the 3D imaging
Yes.
component there that you've got to figure out.
See, my son has a history that goes way back of doing 3D animation. He has 3 Emmy Awards for television commercials. And he also works for the NFL and creates the annual Super Bowl images that you see on television. He does that. So you have to be an artist.
An artist with 3D modeling
3D.
skills.
If
Aww.
you guys need
Thank
help,
you.
you have to go to chiropractor.
Thanks for bringing your trains.
Thanks for stopping by. It's nice to have you.
Okay, so this was very cool. The G-scale layout here was a little bit of a fun surprise, and it's just such a pretty day. It's been nice to be able to be outside. This is interesting. Cool. I love old signs. So that was a really nice visit to the Hendersonville Train Depot. And really, we got to visit 2 different train clubs here and see their layouts and meet so many nice people, as always happens wherever I go. And now it's time for a donut. So come with me as we wind out the day. There is a really good fudge shop and a really good bakery that has donuts, and it's family owned. Thank you for being with me today. You can become a member by clicking on the membership tab. You can click on the little thanks button and give thanks if you'd like. Comment, share things, share your own memories about here or other places, share information, and thank you so much, and I will see you soon.